One. Hey everyone, I'm Paul Cleveland Warren, living in the city of Cleveland, in the state of Cleveland, in the United States of Cleveland, moving my stone Moses. Yeah, that was something. But nah, that doesn't work. But nah, this is called a mess. And we got movies on! Okay, actually, you guys were gonna watch you two are gonna watch The Amazing Transparent Man. But I am gonna review Holiday Inn. Because why? Reason is there's no holidays in August. Well, there's the Feast of the Assumption, which is tomorrow, but is always the holiday without the month without a holiday. So it's like the lone holiday. So, oh yeah, that looks better. You see Woody and Moses. I had the 10 commandments. Okay, so Holiday Inn starring more headroom. Holiday Inn starring Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire, with music by Irving Berlin. It's not only a Christmas movie, but it's also built for any holiday. Well, maybe not Halloween, because they don't have Halloween on here. This was before Halloween got real popular. So, starts on Christmas Eve at the Midnight Club, where Ted Hanover, played by Fred Astaire, is doing a little dance around some children, as well as Santa Claus ringing the bell. It's like, ring, 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 ring. Yeah, I'm sorry, People of Salvation Army. I'm probably not going to do it this year because I got another gig, and maybe on the week of Christmas if you want me to, but I could talk about that later. So, yeah, so he's going to get ready for tonight's show with Jim Hardy, played by Bing Crosby, and Lila Dixon. So Hardy talks to Dixon about the wedding, and Dixon hated the way the tie that Jim was wearing. It was like, it's too flashy. So we see Ted talking to Lila about the future, and then the three of them do their final engagement, which is Christmas Eve. Because on Christmas Day, both Jim and Ted lament on not having any breaks in the holidays, except for holidays. They don't have any breaks except for the holidays. So Dan comes in and spills the beans about Ted and Lila, which upsets Jim, so he decides to work on the farm for a whole year you see a funny montage of him trying to work there. He feeding the pigs, trying to get stuff set, and now Thanksgiving, maybe this is where they got the idea for Groundhog Day. It's like, it was done if this movie was revamped or something, I could probably see Michael Bublé doing the singing, and maybe For Real doing the dancing, because, I could mention that a little bit later, and I will. So a whole year is nothing but frustration, and like after Jim was committed, and between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So next Christmas, Jim decides to convert the farm into a inn. It's called the Holiday Inn. This is where the brand Holiday Inn actually got their name from the movie. And then Elton John made a song about being in the Holiday Inn. And there might be some crazy debaucheries in his room, if you know what I'm saying. A lot of coke and booze, and yeah. So he would have it only opened on the holidays. And by the time they're 15, so it was like there was New Year's, which could be considered New Year's, which it can be considered too, because, New Year's Eve and day. Lincoln's birthday, Valentine's Day, Washington's birthday, Easter, Independence Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, another one that can be counted as two. So there you go, 10 of 15. Now, what are the other five? Well, St. Patrick's Day, Bing Crosby, and they didn't have St. Patrick's Day because, he was Irish. Memorial Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day. Oh, I mean Indigenous Peoples Day. Actually, I went to Little Italy, the Assumption Feast. It looks like I call it the Sphinx Columbus because his nose is kind of chipped off. I think somebody chipped it off because, And Halloween. Oh, wait. Maybe you could have had a Groundhog Day or Veterans Day. I think those were holidays at the time. I'm not sure. So, yeah. Those were excluded. So, Jim gave Ted peach preserves that explode after Dan left and everything. So, Dan tries to give a message to Lila, but everything was closing. But Dan Reed tries to give a gift to a lady named Linda, and talking about the Holiday Inn. At the nightclub, a band member is mad because Linda was sitting in the members only reserved for the band seat. Well, fine, prima donna. So Linda and Jim talk about the idea of the night Holiday Inn, and get a break in. Linda wants to get a break in the entertainment world, and she sits by Jim Hardy, not Jim Handy. Jim Handy to the rescue. So Jim talks about the Holiday Inn, and Linda, while they see Ted and Lila dance on stage. Ted and Lila try to talk about Jim and Linda, but yet Linda leaves, and Ted and Lila take a bow in a bit of a rush. So Linda sees Jim decorating the Holiday Inn on Christmas. And of course, he has an African American housekeeper called Mamie. Yeah, look, this was made in 1942, so times were different then. This was before civil rights era, so okay. And I'll mention another scene which some people may have to skip if you're that sensitive about that kind of stuff. So Jim and Linda talk in the living room, and Jim sings White Christmas, I'm dreaming, ding, ding, ding. Yeah, and this is probably the first recording of Bing Crosby doing White Christmas. New Year's Eve is the grand opening of the Holiday Inn, which features Happy Holidays. No, not the Andy Williams song. Oh my God, I can't stand that guy. I know he's dead, but... And Mamie's children join in as the old year and the new year. So, meanwhile, Dan returns from his trip and sees Ted isn't in his room because they were they were supposed to do a performance that night. But unfortunately, Lila wrote a letter saying that she's marrying a Texas millionaire. Who's this Texas millionaire? The Bush family? No, wait, that couldn't happen because they came in the late 40s. They came to Texas in the late 40s. Yeah. Yeehaw, I'm W. And I'm senior. Read my lips. No new taxes. And this is his son. Read my lips. So, yeah, well, Jim and Linda. So, Dan asks the butler where Ted went, and he is on his way to the Holiday Inn in Connecticut. Yeah, because back then, when you lived in New York, Connecticut was your getaway, basically. It was. So, Jim and Linda are in the kitchen having dinner and happy that the Holiday Inn was a hit. Just as midnight of the new year comes, Ted is there drunk. And Linda tries to find Jim, but Linda spots Ted and they have a New Year dance until Ted passes out. Sorry, Dan tries to stop Ted, but was a little too late. Jim puts Ted to bed. Ted to bed, get it. And Dan tells Jim that Dancer eloped to Texas and was excited to see that Ted got a new dance partner for some apparent reason. So that same morning, New Year's Day, Ted was recovering from the hangover as Jim gives Ted some coffee. Dan tells Ted about his new partner, but Ted doesn't even remember anything that and Ted Dan and Ted try to find her. But unfortunately, get this. Jim wants Linda for himself because it's like, you're committed. That sounds like Crosby's love life and family life, and that's a different subject altogether for Bing Crosby. But before I'm going to let you know. Okay, this next scene is Lincoln's birthday. Now, okay, cancel culture and social justice warriors, as well as people are really sensitive to this kind of stuff, skip this part because the whole scene has the staff they're in blackface. Yes, the Al Jolson thing, Yeah, so now I was a little hesitant to say too because because Jim spots Ted and Dan as they enter the inn, and he was afraid, and Jim was afraid of losing Linda. His selfishness, he decides to, let's do the whole scene in blackface. Yeah. This was the 40s, okay? This was before civil rights movement, so you got to realize it was a different time back then. So you got to understand that, people. So they decide to do the performance of Abraham in blackface because they wanted to play a trick on him. Jim wanted to play a trick on Ted. So yeah, this was about to fool Ted and Dan for not seeing Jim and Linda. And as Ted and Dan were seeing people leave, they're trying to look for Linda, but Dan goes upstairs, and Jim and Linda go on the downstairs to another route because there's 2 stairway wells. So Dan then sees Linda outside the window, but as Ted, Dan, and Jim try to catch her, Linda leaves, and Jim locks the door. I think he did because it's like, oh, who, me? Yeah, but I will let you know if you're. I encourage you people to watch this movie. Really watch it. And if you're really sensitive to that Lincoln's birthday scene, watch it on television. Well, on AMC or something like that, because they won't show that scene. But, times. But I hope you're liking the show. I know this is one I wish my brother would have been here, but he has to work. So click like, subscribe, get notified. And one person watching, one person left. I don't know who that was, but okay, we go to Valentine's Day. Jim and Linda get ready for tonight's performance. Jim hopes to win Linda with the song "Be Careful It's My Heart." All these songs written by Irving Berlin, by the way. Just then, Dan and Ted spot Linda. So, as Jim continues to sing, Ted starts dancing where he couldn't help it because, he's a dancer. Right there. So, Ted and Linda are dancing, and once Ted and Linda break through the paper heart in that scene, Jim, that's the look he gave us. He was upset. Dan is glad that Ted has known who the partner is, but of course Jim is not thrilled because he wanted to keep her for herself. Because Jim acts selfish and refuses to work with Ted, but Ted actually plans performance for Washington's birthday. And we go to Washington's birthday, which is like, it would feature an 18th century ballroom feel with Ted and Linda as the lead dancers. And then Jim looking suspicious as he plays the harpsichord. And so he jazzes up a little bit to, confuse both Ted and Linda. So eventually, Ted and Linda actually know what's happening, so they play along with the shtick. The audience enjoys it. After the show, Ted sees Linda getting to bed. Ted actually wants Linda to be part of the duo act, but Linda was committed to the Holiday Inn. What the hell are these new messages for? Well, anyhow, so Jim and Ted apologize to each other, but he hears that Jim may not marry Linda. Or, well, that's Linda wanted to marry Jim, but Jim is like, man. Okay, Easter Sunday would have, we see people leaving church with Jim and Linda going to the Holiday Inn on a carriage while singing the Easter parade. So, Jim and Linda see Ted on the front porch of the Holiday Inn. Ted wants to be part of the shows at the Holiday Inn. He really likes to be part of it. Jim thinks Ted is taking Linda away from him, so we realize fireworks are about to explode. Speaking of Independence Day, yeah. Jim gets a Gus, the driver, who can't drive a car, and Jim plans on getting rid of Ted by saying Lila is back in New York City. Dan arrives, and he says that Hollywood's actually coming to the Holiday Inn, like people from Hollywood. Jim overhears the conversation. Jim gets Gus, the driver, to pick up Linda, but not at the Holiday Inn. Instead, in a river. So that night, us and Linda are in a river, and then they get wet, and because obviously, river. So Dan tries to stall the guys from the Hollywood guys. Just then, the show begins. So the show starts with Jim singing "Freedom," and this is a good montage. It really is. About you see picture of World War II, FDR, boats, planes, down with Hitler. That's what we think of you. Yeah, and I have German blood. It's like I make fun of Hitler a lot, so you can do that in America, but not in Germany. So Lila gives Linda a lift, and Linda realizes this was all a setup. So Linda has Lila drive into the river, but now Ted has to go on stage, so Ted improvises a dance routine with fireworks. This is excellent. You can see why Michael Jackson and really loved Fred Astaire's work. But if he saw the Lincoln's Birthday CD, he'd be like, "Oh no, that's ignorant. You guys being ignorant. Oh, I know that was in the past, but yeah, it's still ignorant." So, but a good film anyhow. So, Linda sees Ted as he finishes his firework performance. Linda sees Jim and is very upset at him for blowing a big opportunity in Hollywood. So basically, Linda dumps Jim and accepts the Hollywood contract. And Jim was being very selfish about it. So he decides to write the music in Connecticut while you see a great montage in Hollywood with Ted and Linda dancing, cameras rolling. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. I know it's, but so we had Thanksgiving where we see an animated turkey wondering, when is Thanksgiving? Because around that time, during the Second World War, they pushed it up to the third Thursday rather than the fourth. Now it's the fourth, but I wonder if they'll push it again to the third. That would be interesting, just because the holidays. Yeah, jingle bells, Batman smells fucking laid an egg. So, yeah. So Jim is lamenting about the choices that he made, and he's writing a letter with the new song and for Thanksgiving. He's even ripping it. You know, MST was going to have Holiday Inn. Riff Tracks really should talk over this film. It's not that it's a bad film; it's a great film. But sometimes they do riff a couple good films here and there, and this should be one of them. So if the people from Riff Tracks is watching, nobody's watching, but yeah, for the people of Riff Tracks, I'm even post that too on the pages because because even Bing Crosby is riffing his own song. So, and even says that the turkey is actually doing better than him because as after Mamie is bringing out the turkey dinner, and Mamie gives Jim some advice, and Jim takes it because you know she knows. Others know that kind of stuff. Like nature versus nurture kind of thing. But so Christmas, we see Ted and Dad getting ready for Ted and Linda's wedding. I think this is in the film that they're doing, and as well as final performance of the film. And Jim is in Jim and Dan, and then Jim enters the green room where Ted and Dan are there, but Dan shoves Jim in the closet, but Jim they didn't realize that there's no door in the closet, so Jim sneaks to the green room and locks both Ted and Dan in. Shenanigans. So, and there we see rehearsal of how they is. You see Jim walking into this. This scene is actually really great for people who really want to get into movies because you actually see a set. I think this might be the first time in Hollywood at the time where you see a set of a film and a movie being made. I don't know if any other film did that at the time, but this film did it. I will give it kudos. Yep. So, yeah, so Jim decides to put his pipe on the piano as Linda was about to do a. They wanted to do a rehearsal take, but she wanted to do an actual take. Let it be part of the film. So Ted and Dan try to get to the studio, but some Irish guard won't let them because the light is on. So we see Linda enter the Holiday Inn, and which is that she's crying a little bit, but it's kind of like, will my love come back? He's ringing the bells on the tree with the pipe, and she didn't realize, hey, this isn't part of the prop. And so this is when Linda was singing White Christmas. Then Jim enters, and the director's like, no, cut, no, no. Ted and Dan then enter the studio, and it was too late. Jim, the couple. So it's New Year's Eve again. The Holiday Inn is reopened. Ted is back into performing again, and you actually see both Ted and Jim doing their same performance they did earlier in the film. But Ted just admits he's going to have to do everything himself. But wait, Dan brings Lila in, and now they have two couples. And the end. So yeah. Again, this is a good film to watch. And to be honest, I'm not a fan of the remaking films but if you want to do a remake and you want to do it right, this is, well, it could be updated a little. Like with the Lincoln birthday scene, I would just have the two actors just have like stand-in, like the Milli Vanilli thing, the girl you know, it's 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 girl you know, I mean, maybe that can happen, but I don't know. But no, I was thinking because, and if I would have chosen, I would chose a European American actor and an African American actor because you know, I'll have to make a stereotype. White men can't dance. We can. It kind of the whole thing is like just have Michael Bublé do the Bing Crosby part because he has a great voice, and you have Pharrell do the dance part because he does dance, I hear, and maybe one of the female lead-ins. So I would be maybe Lady Gaga and Pharrell get together at the end, and there is actually maybe Beyonce gets together with Michael Bublé, but we gotta have a like the comic relief guy, the Dan guy. Why not? Or somebody like that, because But that's it. So I don't know what movie we'll be reviewing next. So just stay tuned. Maybe with my brother, I probably might save Elmer Gantry for another time, but I might do that one. Or I like to do anger management, as a matter of fact. But all in all, I hope you like the solo performance of me. I'm Paul Mispoon Warren, living in the city of Cleveland, in the state of Cleveland, in the United States of Cleveland. So long.